With the spot Bitcoin ETF on the way and the Bitcoin halving cycle right around the corner, the bulls are finally waking up, but they're not alone. We've also got hackers, scammers, and thieves coming out of the woodworks with a brand new platform that they're now using to take advantage of crypto investors. What is going on, Crypto Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central. I'm your host here, Fareed. In today's video, I have to talk about an ad that I just saw on YouTube that you guys will not believe. Now, there is so much going on here, especially with the crypto bull run. It's no coincidence that this particular type of ad is coming out in the public in full force or in high gear at this particular time. So again, this is just mind-boggling. I'm going to go ahead and roll this video, but I want to also just touch on how AI can be used not only for good, but also in order to potentially ruin the bull run in other industries. Now, for those of you who may have just not been aware, AI has been a huge talking point within and outside of crypto, with ChatGPT launching about a year ago. Interestingly enough, we did see that the ChatGPT platform just had their 1-year anniversary. So in the span of just a year alone, we've seen platforms like ChatGPT come out. They've made multiple upgrades and integrations. We've also had platforms, for example, like Midjourney, which allows for you to make images just with a prompt, also come to dominate the entire AI space. And of course, just like with anything, there's going to be people that use the technology for good, and then there's going to be people that utilize the technology for bad. Now, what I saw earlier was an ad on YouTube. Again, my jaws literally dropped when I saw this, because on a platform like YouTube, with all the strict guidelines and regulations, I was highly surprised that this actually made it through the platform. So let's maybe just jump into the actual clip first, and then I want to jump into how AI can obviously be used for good, how it can be used for bad, and then just what my takes are surrounding this video. So many of you are aware with XRP, they had a pretty big lawsuit, which I actually think is still ongoing with the SEC. Now, luckily enough, they were able to get a ruling in their favor, which has been super positive, not only for XRP, but for the entire blockchain community as well. So the scammers have utilized AI now in order to be able to take advantage of this boost within the space and of just some of this positive news. So we've got Brad Garlinghouse here, who's going to be the founder of XRP. He's been in the community for quite a bit of time. But check out how awesome this particular AI is, and not the actual ad itself, but just check out how realistic the AI video is. But keep in mind that this is actually a phishing ad or a phishing scam. If anybody else has actually been presented with this ad, please let me know down below. This was about the second or third time that I've seen this particular ad. And again, I was just completely blown away at the fact that this was actually shown to me on YouTube. So without any further ado, let me get myself out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and roll this video here for you guys.
In light of these remarkable milestones, and to show our gratitude to the XRP community for your unwavering support, we are excited to announce the Ripple's 100 million XRP giveaway. Here's how you can enter the giveaway. Find the QR code on your screen and scan it. It will direct you to our official website, where you will see further instructions. This giveaway is our way of giving back to the community that has stood by us, believed in our vision, and held XRP through thick and thin. We are here because of you, and we want to ensure that you share in our success. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and here's to many more milestones together.
So that is the video. Again, I was completely taken away that this was able to somehow slip under the radar on a platform as big as YouTube. So what I'm here to do is just hopefully raise awareness for, number one, anybody who's within the crypto space, but then number two, for platforms that are getting taken advantage of in preparation of the bull run. It would be a huge shame to save, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or just even a couple thousands of dollars, to only lose that to some sort of phishing attack in preparation for the bull run. Now, granted, a lot of the recent scams that we have seen have been on EVM networks or Ethereum based networks, which is, I think, somewhat of a drawback to just Ethereum itself. Obviously, if you interact with a smart contract on Ethereum, you can actually do a little bit more than you could on a platform like Cardano, where there's a little bit more robustness and security with how you interact with smart contracts. That said, Cardano hasn't actually had any hacks to date. However, we've seen hundreds of other hacks, again, on EVM compatible networks. Not a shot at them by any means. These are just the simple facts. So this was the ad. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. I was just taken away at how people can utilize such amazing technology to take advantage of the newcomers within the space. And so kind of drawing this back to the actual title of this video, this is how AI can ruin the next bull market. I can definitely see this being a weapon utilized by scammers and phishers to take advantage of the new liquidity and just the new interest within this space, right? And if we don't have that continued new interest and that new liquidity, this space is not going to be going anywhere. Now, the space already has a pretty big reputation of already being a scam. Obviously, if you're watching this video, hopefully you don't think that is the case. I've touched on so many other features such as immutability, transparency, decentralization, and just other facts that are positive about blockchain adoption. But as with everything, if there is money involved, it's always going to draw the wrong crowd. So this is no different within blockchain tech, especially again, as the bull market comes in, where there's hundreds of millions of dollars supposed to be coming into the space, especially as institutional adoption is right around the corner. So in terms of just the potential impact, I think it's huge. And it's our job here as creators to obviously spread the word, but then for the community to also just be mindful and aware of everything that is potentially out to take advantage of them. So I know again that this is not the first type of scam or the first type of phishing ad that we've seen. There's actually been a pretty big amount of discords that have been hacked in the last couple of weeks. I know, for example, Meld, Indigo, most recently Twin, they all had their discords hacked. And they were basically, the hackers were basically able to take advantage of the entire Discord and then basically spread fake links to phishing websites where if you connected your MetaMask wallet, again, some sort of EVM compatible wallet to the platform, that at that point you could actually have your wallet drained. Again, things like this aren't necessarily doable on Cardano. So I do want to just quickly highlight that. But in terms of just how AI can be used, right? So when it comes to AI being used for good, think about potentially the healthcare system or the healthcare sector, right? Imagine being able to get diagnostics being done utilizing AI. When it comes to potentially education, imagine getting a personalized tutor or teacher, that knows your specific skills and your specific needs and is able to help you in whatever way best you learn. These are awesome use cases for AI. On top of that, when you're looking at the crypto space specifically, you've got algorithmic trading. You can set up potentially some bots that can, detect things a little bit faster and process things faster than the average human could. In terms of vulnerability detection, you could potentially use a platform that utilizes AI to look for bugs, to look for backdoors, to look for issues with smart contracts coming online. Again, there's just so many positive ways that you can utilize AI. In terms of how it's being used for the wrong side of things, though, we've seen issues with privacy concerns, right? Again, people basically giving AI models their first name, last name, addresses, and even just general information that can be used against them, right? So that's, I think, one of the biggest concerns. Another concern with AI is going to be job displacement, which I don't necessarily think is going to be such a big thing, because with the job displacement, there's also going to be new job opportunities. And so let me just kind of break that down a little bit. If you think about the job displacement, yes, some people will definitely lose their job to AI. I think that the biggest jobs that are at risk here are going to be repetitive, low effort, or routine tasks, right? So things that don't necessarily require a lot of mental work or a lot of human interaction, things that can just be done basically with your eyes closed. So I think those are the biggest jobs that are going to be at risk for job displacement. Now, looking on the other end, there's going to be new job opportunities for anybody who understands AI and how to utilize that, right? So again, think of something like ChatGPT. When it came out last year, a lot of people were scared about the technology, but a lot of people were actually able to create businesses solely focused around leveraging AI. So you had people obviously creating content, people automating their businesses using AI, and just so many other things and niches that came out of the AI space. So yes, while some people might lose their job, some people may also actually get a brand new job by leveraging or utilizing AI to simplify other things that may have taken a long time or needed a lot of human intervention. Just to kind of maybe just put this in to more perspective, think of the internet, right? Back in the early 2000s, before the internet was mainstream, you had a lot of people also having the same kind of worries that the internet was basically going to take over and that there would, be all of these people or all these companies that lose their jobs. But over the course of the last, 4 or 5, maybe 10 years now, we've seen everybody shift over into the internet where there's now a global economy, right? Where anybody can create, anybody can contribute. And now I think people wouldn't even know how to live without the internet. So again, when you don't understand something, it's really hard to see how it can be beneficial. But obviously, as the technology matures and more people begin to kind of put their guards down, then they kind of figure out, okay, well, maybe it's not too bad. And maybe there are some ways that I can utilize this technology in order to get ahead. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see with AI. Now, we are still in the very early stages of the AI revolution. And I think it's going to be one of the biggest narratives that actually comes out of this next and upcoming bull run, including metaverse and GameFi protocol. So I'll probably be releasing additional content just surrounding some of the AI platforms that we have, not only within Cardano, but within the blockchain space that you may want to keep an eye out on. Again, given the fact that this is kind of like the new forefront, similar to metaverses and NFTs back in the 2021 bull run. Now, to kind of pivot back over to the actual video that I saw earlier, again, that raised the need for me to even create this video, I think that there's a couple of parties that just need to be made more aware about the current state of crypto, especially when it comes to scams and phishing. So maybe let's focus on YouTube first, right? So I think that they definitely need to be held accountable in some way, shape, or form to either be a little bit more scrutinous or provide more transparency surrounding the types of ads that they're putting out. Because again, I know it's a pay to play kind of situation where people that are looking to advertise have to shell out their cash, and it's YouTube's job to basically put the ads out in front of the viewers. Now, if those ads are malicious, then YouTube is basically being utilized, right? And they're participating in the actual scam itself. Now, I'm not saying that YouTube is a scam, but if they're not aware of who they're interacting with or who they're getting paid from to put out advertisements, then they could potentially be a part of the actual plan. Again, that the hackers, scammers, phishers, whatever you want to call them, are utilizing to take advantage of the other or the growing crypto community. So it's almost like they're the tool or the middleman that the scammers are now taking advantage of. So YouTube definitely needs more, or they need more help, or at least a closer eye when it comes to reviewing who is going to be posting content. They definitely need to be reviewing the actual links. When I played the video, I made sure to hide the QR code, right? But just to make sure that, of course, I'm not propagating or pushing the actual scam out any further. But like, they need people to verify that, hey, if an ad is going to be taking somebody off of the YouTube platform, that this ad has been verified, or that this link has been verified to not be some sort of scam, some sort of phishing, etc. They also need to make sure that whoever is actually paying for ads can actually vouch and check off some sort of checkbox that says, hey, this particular ad doesn't contain, nudity, graphic language, or this doesn't contain any phishing scams, etc. Right? That way they can be held accountable on the back end if it is found that some of their advertisement basically goes against their set of rules, YouTube set of rules, or their agreed upon rules that they signed off on earlier. So I definitely think, again, that YouTube definitely has to step up their game here. I don't think it's their fault necessarily, but they are being taken advantage of during the bull market, because I've been on YouTube for a really long time and I have never seen an ad like this. This was, again, something that I started to see about a week and a half ago, and I'm really surprised as to other people not raising this before. So again, if you think that this is helpful and you haven't heard anybody else talking about it, I'd appreciate you if you could definitely share this video out. Now, last but not least, I also think that high or people in high positions and founders of crypto projects just need to be aware that their likeness can definitely be used and taken advantage of as well. So by just looking at this video, again, I'll just kind of pull it back up here. I'm not going to play it, but this is an AI version of Brad Garlinghouse. I believe that he had an actual chat or an actual talk where he was on stage in a very similar setting, but the mouth movements are all AI generated. And of course, the voice itself is AI generated. So people that are going to be high profile members within the Cardano or just crypto community need to be aware that their image, their likeness has value, right? And so people will try to take advantage of that. So if there could be some sort of service, that maybe scans platforms just to review their authenticity, but then also the likeness of people within the actual ads themselves, that would be amazing. Of course, I think that this is super early right now. Hopefully, as we get more platforms in the future that come online surrounding AI, that there's going to be detection platforms to verify whether a particular video is made off of AI or made utilizing AI. Even on YouTube, I know that there's now going to be some sort of agreements that, if you're posting video or content with AI, that you have to check off a box and actually alert users watching the content that it's actually made utilizing AI. So I definitely think that there needs to be some sort of way for platforms to detect, number one, whether people are using AI or not, but then number two, to report that information back to the people that are being used within the AI. So again, I'm not sure if this will ever make it out to Brad Garlinghouse. If it does, Brad, your face, your voice, your mannerisms are all being used to be to take advantage, I should say, of the crypto community. Again, I'm by no means saying that Brad is involved in this, but this is what happens in a space that's completely unregulated and at the very beginning of its maturity process. So that is going to do it here for today's video. I want to just quickly touch on that particular ad. Again, if you guys have seen it down below, let me know if you have any ideas as to what we can do to kind of just get the word out and alert more of the crypto masses that these scams they're all over. I remember coming in about 2 to 3 years ago in the space, and I would always see these live streams where people were advertising the crypto giveaways, scan this QR code and you can then send, 50 Bitcoin to this address and we'll send you 100 back. These things are things that people that are brand new to the space may not understand are actually scams and phishing attacks. That said, that will do it here for today's video. Again, I wanted to just get this out just to spread the word, hopefully raise awareness and just put this on your guys' radar just to be careful, because as the blockchain technology grows, so will the sophistication of these hackers and phishers looking to take advantage of the newcomers and potentially OGs as well within the space. So as always, if you found this particular video to be helpful, I would really appreciate you if you could tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the Dapp Central YouTube channel and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions for me surrounding anything we've touched on as a part of today's video, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.